Well, good evening everyone, it's Dave here from the iReady podcast. Once again, the bearer of bad news. As we all know, the game has just finished at Ibrox in our first league game in the Europa League against Genk at Ibrox, and we have been defeated by 1-0. Another poor performance. Don't get me wrong, the referee didn't help, some absolutely shocking decisions there, but if we're going to be honest, we really didn't deserve anything from that game. Very little attacking from Rangers. Another flat performance and, another very frustrating night for us supporters. I'll get into the game shortly. The team that Russell Martin put out was Butland in goals, Tavernier, Suter, Cornelius, Magoma, Raskin, Diomande, Asgard, Moore, Gassama and Chermiti. On the bench, Kelly, Wright, Rothwell, Barron, Antman, Giga, Majowski, Gentles, Danilo, Rice, Curtis and McCallion. So one change from the 2-0 victory against Hibs on Sunday, and that was Chermiti making his first full team start in place of Bojan Majowski. Quite surprised at that, considering Majowski scored on Sunday. The one other thing of note was ex-Celtic player O playing up front for Genk, and as we'll get into, the one that sunk us in the end. So, first 5 minutes, it was all Genk in the game. They had been on the front foot. Thankfully, their final ball hadn't been good enough to cause any problems for Jack Butland in goals. No issues there. 12th minute, a shot from Mikey Moore at the edge of the box, just over the bar. Then a good chance for Rangers in the 15th minute. Magoma puts a cross in. It's half cleared by the Genk defender. The ball falls for Raskin and Moore. Moore goes for it, hits the shot well wide. I think Raskin really should have held rank there and demanded he was going to hit the shot. He was in a much better position to get the shot on target, but nothing came of that. 17th minute, a free kick in from the right-hand side by Tav. It's inch perfect to John Suter at the back post. He does everything right, heads the ball back across in towards the back post, and an acrobatic high mid-air clearance from the Genk defender. Quite sensational defending there from Genk. I really thought that Rangers had hit the back of the net, but he kept it out. It was still 0-0, but Genk showing how dangerous they were straight up the field from there, and a huge chance for them. The ball's put right into the 6-yard box from the left-hand side, and who was there? It looked as if it was just going to be a tap-in. He fires the ball over the bar. It actually looked easier for him to score, so still 0-0, but Genk showing how dangerous they were and how easy it was to rip us apart just by 2 passes, and that was going to be a pattern for the rest of the night. 23rd minute, almost a goal for Genk. The ball into the box. Their player with a great first-time touch. He diverts himself past Raskin, hits a first-time shot, comes off the post, thankfully, and cleared for Rangers. Got away with one there. Good challenge from Cornelius in the 6-yard box. The ball's played into He's about to get his shot. Great tackle by Cornelius, and hits his shot wide because of that. And good play from Gassama, 35th minute on the left-hand side. Ball into the back post. Tav, he jumps up, goes for the header. The Genk defender jumps up with his arm. The ball clearly comes off his arm. It's a clear penalty for me. There's nothing else there. There is a VAR check. We're watching it back constantly. All the commentators, everyone is expecting the referee to go to the monitor and give a penalty. The referee did go to the monitor and gives a free kick to Genk. I honestly, I've got no idea. They slowed it down, and as the ball comes in, you can see the Genk defender coming back towards Tav. Tav's got his arm out. I don't even think there's any contact at all. The referee gives it for a push on the back of the Genk defender. Absolutely ludicrous. And Genk got off with one there. It was as clear a penalty as you'll see, in my opinion. Rangers really unlucky not to get the penalty there. But it's still 0-0. But only 6 minutes later, absolute disaster for Rangers, because Mohamed Diomande is given a straight red card. There is a tackle in midfield. He does have his studs up. There is contact. There's not a lot of contact. The Genk midfielder does go down. But if we're going back by the rules, his studs were up. He did make contact, and the referee gives the straight red card. So Rangers uphill battle from there, and really from that point we really did nothing as an attacking force. Really, like, absolutely nothing. It was as flat as you can get. 2 minutes into stoppage time in the first half, and the ball is played in. Something happens in the box. I didn't see it at first. There is a VAR check for a pull apparently from Tav on the Genk striker or the Genk winger. There doesn't look to be any contact whatsoever, no pull. The referee is looking at it and points to the spot. And then when you see it as it's slowed down to the minutest frame and speed, you can see that there is contact with Tav's foot on the Genk player's foot. He goes down like a ton of bricks. In real time, it looked as if there was nothing in it at all. And the referee gives the penalty kick to Genk. Quite incredible. After what had happened a few minutes beforehand where Rangers should have been given the penalty, he awards it to Genk. And it is O with the ball on the penalty spot. Ex-Celtic player. He steps up. Fantastic save by Jack Butland, and the ball is cleared. Probably the only thing we had to cheer about all night when I look back now. But great save by Butland, and the ball is cleared. So still 0-0, and that is how the first half ended. Some absolutely atrocious decisions by the referee. But let's be honest, guys, apart from that, apart from the shot by Mikey Moore and the header by John Souttar, we did nothing, and we looked really, really open at the back. Genk just had to pass the ball about a couple of times and then play a through ball, and we were in all sorts of trouble. The defence just isn't getting it. Russell Martin doesn't seem to be getting our defence any tighter whatsoever. And in my opinion, we were lucky to be going in 0-0 at half-time. So you're thinking at this stage, it's 0-0, we're down to 10 men. I realise that we're at home, but just don't give them easy options to get a goal. Try and keep it as tight as possible and hit them on the break. But no, our manager doesn't do that whatsoever. So getting into the second half, 47 minutes straight away, there's a great chance for Asgard. The ball is into the box by Magoma. It's headed away. It sort of lands at the feet of Asgard on the penalty spot. He hits a hit and hope, fires it wide, no conviction whatsoever, and it is still 0-0 at that stage. He had plenty of time. No one gave him a shout, but again, Asgard to me tonight just didn't look as if he had any confidence to do anything whatsoever. And I think even if he did know he had time in the ball there, he wouldn't have done anything with it. So still 0-0 at that stage. Another incredible chance for Genk, 2 in a row. It's a double save by Butland. First is a long shot which he gets down to his near post. The ball fizzes up. There's another shot, another great save by Butland, and the ball is away. So living dangerously. And then again, a minute later, incredible chance for O. The ball's right across the face of the goal. He gets outstretched. I thought it was in the back of the net. It's past the post. Rangers really living dangerously. Genk not really having to do much to carve us open. That is the really annoying part of it. And then the inevitable happens on the 55th minute, and it is O that finally gets his goal after having about 4 chances to score earlier on. And it's Genk in their own half. We are trying to do some sort of attack which comes to nothing. The Genk player gets the ball in the sort of right back area, goes towards the halfway line and looks up and just sees O peeling off of our defence. It's just a simple through ball from defence, straight forward. He stays onside, runs through towards Butland and dinks it over the top of him into the back of the net. Shocking defending, absolutely shocking. Genk get their lead, a deserved lead I have to say, because we offered absolutely nothing at this stage. 63rd minute, Gassama on the left wing. He tries to get something going. Probably the only player in the Rangers team tonight that really looked as if he could possibly get something going, do something a bit spectacular. Cuts in from the left wing, hits a shot, a few inches past the far post of the goalkeeper. Unlucky there. And then the 70th minute, Genk have the ball into the back of the net again, and it's once more. Thankfully, after a VAR check, it shows that both players, the player that passed it into him and were both offside, so still 1-0. 78th minute, Gassama, he's booked for diving in the box. Triple sub by Rangers in the 80th minute. Rothwell, Barron, Majovski on, Asgard, Cornelius and Chermiti off. 88th minute, Gassama to the byline. Cuts it back to Raskin. The defender gets in the way. It falls to Barron. He hits a rifle of a shot. It looked as if it was going goal bound, but it's deflected away by the defender. Goalkeeper didn't have to do anything there, and the ball is cleared away. And there was 3 minutes of injury time added on at the end of the match, and that came and went without us really doing anything. And again, it's an incredibly flat night. I don't even think there was that many boos going round by the supporters at the end of the game, because we're just all fed up. We weren't expecting us to do anything. I wasn't expecting anything, and let's be honest, I don't think the vast majority of us were. The team is going nowhere. The game against Hibs, we had a period of 5-10 minutes where we got the upper hand and managed to get the 2 goals against them to see us through that game, but a few decisions that went against Hibs and for us as well in that game saw us. We can't say that we utterly dominated. I listened to the commentators in this game in the first, sort of 25 minutes saying probably the best that we've played under Russell Martin. I've still to see it. I didn't see anything to say that we were well on top in this game at any stage. Genk always looked dangerous. They always looked as if they could carve us open with one pass. And, and it's just the same week in, week out. The players that have been brought in, apart from Gassama, let's be honest, he's the only one that looks as if he can do anything. The rest of them that have been brought in, none of them look as if they have got any better. As I say, apart from maybe Gassama, he looks as if he could possibly do something, but there are like long periods in the game that we just don't get the ball to him. I look at the likes of Asgard, he does nothing for me. Rothwell has done nothing. Magoma goes missing during the game. It's proven that we've had to bring Tav back because Aarons doesn't look as if he can do anything for us. Jigga, again, very, very poor so far for us, and maybe too early to say anything about Majovski. He scored at the weekend. We know that he can score goals in Scotland. Chermiti again tonight. I know he was up against it. I know it was 10 men. Didn't look as if he did really anything for us tonight, and again, it comes down, I keep hearing that we've got the makings of a good squad here. So for me, it is solely down to our head coach, Russell Martin, and the way that he is coaching this team, the way that he's got us playing. I've just heard his post-match conference and he's as bullish as ever, saying that he thought that we actually played really well in the second half, considering we were down to 10 men. Guys, we've been watching football long enough. We've seen Rangers been down to 10 men in the past and putting in a real performance where they've dug out a draw from a situation like this, or even went on to win. We've seen it time and time again. This Rangers team has showed nothing like that to me at all. There's just nothing there. It can't go on. It really, really can't go on. We keep hearing that he's got 4 games to save his job, blah, blah, blah. We've got Livingston at the weekend, and no offence to Livingston or their fans, but Livingston are not a top-tier team. We should be going to Livingston and winning 3-4-0 with the players at our disposal. But I can just tell straight away that it's going to be a real dogfight in there. And if we do win, it will be by 1 goal. We can't seem to get more than 1 or 2 shots on target during a game. He went out, we brought 4 wingers in, and I realised that Cortez was there already, but we had to spend money on him. He's been shipped out. We've brought in 3 wingers: Gassama, Ant-Man, Mikey Moore. Why is Mikey Moore even getting a game when we've got a young player like Finlay Curtis, who's probably the only player in the team at the moment that can score any goals? Let's be honest, why are we not bringing on the likes of Finlay Curtis for the last half an hour? We're persisting on this Mikey Moore, and I would see the point if he was ripping teams to shreds during the game. I've still to see him do anything at all. I realise he was involved in Majovski's goal on Sunday, but that is just sort of one glimpse of what I've seen so far. Not enough from him. It's just exceptionally flat, and we are just expecting it now as a team. And like I say, the manager is just as bullish as ever. He is, saying that he's seeing things. He's saying that he's seeing progress. He's saying that he still believes that he can get the team playing well. But when you're only having one shot on target, even with 11 men, against a team like Genk, and again, no disrespect for them, but there are no European powerhouses. We should be beating this team no problems at Ibrox. A team of their standard, we should be beating them absolutely no problems. And they ripped us to shreds time and time again tonight with just simple passes through defence. It's not good enough, guys. I know I'm preaching to the converted here, but we all know that things can't go on. He has to go. He's just said there in his post-match press conference that he will be speaking to the owner who was at the game tonight in the next 15 minutes. We can only hope that he puts us out of our misery and Russell Martin is gone as soon as possible. Whether that happens, it remains to be seen, but it's not going to get any better. I can't see him turning this round. All the fan base think exactly the same, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Derek and I will be back recording our main podcast tomorrow, where we will speak about this. We'll try not make it as doom and gloom. We do have one victory to speak about, as I say, the game against Hibs, but tonight just leaves us all flat again, and it shows us something that we've seen time and time again since Russell Martin has been in charge of the team. No surprises whatsoever. So anyway, we will speak at length tomorrow. Everyone take care. Try and enjoy the rest of your night. This is Dave signing off. Bye-bye.